Hey, I'm Sophia with Garden State Film Festival. From March 21st through March 24th, we have the 22nd annual Garden State Film Festival back in Asbury Park, New Jersey and Cranford, New Jersey. This year, the lineup, we have over 200 films coming from 14 different countries, all different types of topics, all different types of films, pilots, animations, features, shorts, music videos. We got lots of good stuff. We also got a bunch of winners, and I have the pleasure of interviewing some of the winners here today for the best pop song of the 22nd annual Garden State Film Festival. The pop song is Ballad of Jim Cramer. They have the music video for this song in the festival, and also a music video for a song that won last year back to 1964. So it's incredible. It's such an honor to be here with you guys once again. I had the pleasure of interviewing you last year. So congratulations and hello. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
As you can see, it's a little interesting interview we got going on. Phillips is our third screen. He's two screens today, holding up one of the members of the band. So let's just introduce ourselves. Let's start up with you, Philip, and then the wonderful man that you're holding, and then go to Christina.
Hi, I'm Philip Kakura. I'm a composer, producer, and editor for most of our work.
It's on you, Jimmy.
Oh, hi. I'm Jimmy Sarabello. I'm the singer, the voice of the Atomic Age Project, and co-director and sometimes producer, but mostly I just follow Phil's lead.
Awesome. It's almost like you guys are in the same room. It's actually pretty cool.
It works, right?
It's different.
I'm Christina Dempsey. I do background vocals on most of the songs. There's been like one or two songs where I've sung with Jimmy as well, almost like a duet. And I'm also Phil's daughter.
Amazing. Well, congratulations again. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys once again. Christina, I didn't get to talk to you last year, but Jimmy and Phil, we had a great conversation last year. So it's basically just like an extension of that. Let's first talk about Ballad of Jim Cramer, the song that won Best Pop Song this year. What was the inspiration for writing this song and making it?
That's a funny story. My beautiful friend Lenny, who passed about 10 years ago, he always was saying, I want to sing a song. I want to sing a song. He's getting Jimmy to sing a song. I says, well, Jimmy's a singer. He goes, yeah, but I want to sing a song. So I went back and I started playing around on my guitar, and I like watching Jim Cramer, Mad Money on CNBC. So I had to write something that he could sing easily, that it wouldn't really matter if he was a little flat on some notes or sharp. So I wrote this song, Battle of Jim Cramer, a while ago, and I never did anything with it. I just kind of like let it sit around, and he was happy that he sang on the song, and that was it. And this is a true story. Last year, around April, he came to me in a dream, and I'm not really a really spiritual guy. I mean, I'm a God-fearing man, but he came to me in a dream congratulating us on back to 1964. And he says, remember that song we did a while ago, Jim Cramer? I thought I did a good job. Wouldn't that be great to, put in the festival? So the next day, this is God's honest truth, I started to go back, picked up the files, re-edited the song, remastered it. Then I rewrote a music video to it, and the rest is history. That's the story.
Oh my gosh. That is incredible. And you're speaking to a very spiritual girl. So I'm here like just in awe, loving this. I believe it 100%.
Another crazy story. When we won Forever Fab in 2014 at the Garden State Film Festival, when he passed away about 6 months prior to that. And when we were called up to win, the light above our table flickered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a true story. So I don't know what's going on, but that's exactly what went down.
Well, what a beautiful way to celebrate him, and thank you for sharing that. That's so beautiful, and
Thank you
I'm
for
happy he was right. I hope he still keeps coming to you with all these amazing predictions.
yeah.
Talk to me, Jimmy and Christina, about your work in either Ballad of the Jim Cramer or Back to 1964. How did you guys get involved?
Okay, Jimmy, you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Well, I've always, since I was a kid, would always just sing regularly, but I'm always very shy. I don't like to sing in front of people, actually. It's like one of those weird things. I know I can, but in front of people, I get very nervous. But I always quietly would do this. But then my dad started writing music, and naturally, by default, I became the singer. And I would really I only ever do it on his songs. I don't really like to, be any center of attention or anything like that. So we started doing that a few years ago, and then now he puts me on Back to 1964, and then also on the Ballad of Jim Cramer. I'm in both of those ones. So he kind of brought me on board, and since I felt, and we're in one room, it's just the two of us, so I felt comfortable doing it and confident doing it, and it's kind of gotten a little bit easier the more you do it. So I really enjoy spending that time with him and contributing to all the things that he does and all the things he writes.
That's beautiful. You must feel real special, Philip, that Christina's only breaking out that voice and
That's it.
getting in the center of attention for your songs.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing with Lou DiNatale, who plays keyboards on all of our songs, and on Ballad of Jim Cramer there was Stu Siderman and Bob Aniano, who gave certain parts. Stu was sax, Bob was guitars. We know all these people for so many years, and it's really a blessing that the magic really is that we all basically love each other. We all love each other like brothers. And when we get together in the studio, it's just magic the way everything starts coming out. And, we're lucky and humbled that we've had so much success with everything.
Speaking of the brothers, right? You and Jimmy knew each other since you were 6, right? You were telling us before we went live.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, well, and that's why the 1960s had so much meaning to us, because in reality, most people weren't alive back then, but we were already a year away from starting our first band. So in 1965, we had our first rock band, and I have pictures to prove it. And of course, we're totally unrecognizable because it's different now. But I always go into the studio with Phil, and I go through the closets looking for his time machine, because he has this uncanny ability to capture what happened. His memory is phenomenal, and the ability to put into music the feelings we had, it's just phenomenal. And it's so easy to sing that material. I mean, he writes, and I hear it, and the minute I hear it, I know it, and we go in and we do it, and it really is, he's used the word before, but it really becomes magical.
Wow. So Philip, you write, direct, you produce the songs. Are you you make the songs, and are you like, all right, Jimmy's going to play this part, Christina's going to sing this vocals, or how does it work? Or you guys all come in and just play around?
I'll get inspired with a particular project, and I know who's going to sing the song, and I know who's going to sing backup. And Lou DiNatale is always around to add his keyboard parts, which makes all the difference in the world. So I'm in the end production of a new project right now that hopefully I'll have finished in time for next year for Garden State, that I was inspired from my father in the fishing business, that he had cousins in Gloucester, Massachusetts. And it was another dream, kind of like, where I just got inspired by this. And I remember stories from my father talking about Gloucester and the fishing and stuff. So I wrote a song, and, hopefully, you'll see that and hear that if everything goes well next year. We'll see what happens. But that's basically it. I get inspired. I put a song together. It's the magic is all of us coming together, and we love being with each other. And we don't really see each other on a regular basis. We talk to each other when we're in the hospital or something, when we get sick at our ages. That's what happens. So we're there to, make sure that everybody feels better, and it's a nice little family. It's a really beautiful thing.
So this, as we said, this is a back-to-back win. You won last year for back to 1964 for obvious reasons. You won this year Best Pop Song for Ballad of Jim Cramer. This is your fourth win at Garden State Film Festival. Your first was in 2014. It's obviously you guys have been playing for so many years. You're still going, and you just still feel that passion and talent. So what would you say is the key, like that secret to the success of the Atomic Age project and all these wins?
I can tell you what that is. It's Phil Kukura. That's what it is. That's what it is. Without him, there is none of this. And he will say, "Oh, it's a group, and it is." But without any of the inspiration that he brings to it, or any of the things he writes down on paper, or any of the music that he writes, none of it would be a reality. Obviously, people make room in their schedules and everything like that, because when he does so much for everyone else that when he asks, you will make the time. So that's what the magic is. He won't say it, but I will. I know Jimmy will. Jimmy will say it too, but that's what it is.
Who's the first one? But you are the first one today, Christina.
Well, what would you say, Jimmy? What's the secret? Is it Phil, you think?
Well, it's always, as Christina said, it's always Phil. He comes up with the ideas. He comes up with the songs. He comes up with the music. We go in, we do our parts, and then we leave him, and he comes back with this amazing project. And it's always a pleasure. And remember, I've been singing for it's almost 60 something years, and and I always feel best when I'm singing one of Phil's songs, because I know whatever I do, it's going to sound as good as it can be. That I never trust is so important when you're singing. Like you have to let go of everything and just trust that what will happen to what you do will make you sound good, and he's the one that makes us all sound good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Phil, I definitely want to ask you, not the exact same question, but yes, your band is super successful. You obviously wear so many hats, and you create this music, and you continue to keep creating it, and inspiration keeps coming to you. What advice can you give other people who are maybe making music videos, just making art? Like what keeps you going?
That's a great question. And we were on a couple of cable television shows here out in Staten Island. And the one thing I always try to impart to the audience is most people, musicians, writers, whatever, they write and they put stuff on paper or they put stuff in a computer and it sits there. That's like a huge mistake. You've got to take the project to fruition. You got to get it out, get it into submissions throughout different festivals, and accept the fact that you're going to be denied. But you know what? It's going to get to a certain point where people are going to start recognizing you, and you're going to start straightening out all the things that you did wrong. And all of a sudden, things are going to start happening. So finish the projects, get the stuff out there, get into a group of people that you can feel comfortable with, and you wouldn't mind saying what you have to say, that they're not going to get offended, and you'll see, you'll have success.
I love that. And I got to ask you, Phil, because we were talking before we went live. We know you love Garden State Film Festival. We were shouting out Diane and Lauren and all the amazing women and people alike that make this festival possible every year. It's the 22nd year. You've been here for a few years. So what do you guys love about Garden State Film Festival? And what can you tell our viewers about it?
Chris?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, I like the fact that everybody you meet is really nice. It's very accepting, but everyone is so responsive and knowledgeable. I have sent emails out and have gotten back emails like within like 5 minutes from Diane. So that part of it makes you feel, especially if you have sort of like that anxious, you know, like you're around, you know, big groups of people. You don't feel that way when
Yeah.
you come to, you know, the festival. You feel like good. You feel like you're part of that family. You feel like you're part of that unit. So that would definitely be my favorite part of it.
Thank you, Christine. I agree.
Yeah.
Jim?
Jimmy, Phil, any
Can you hear
thoughts?
me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Well, I think I'll echo Christina's choosing the word family, because after all this time, it does become family. When Phil told me you were interviewing us, I said, oh, that's fantastic, because now we know you, you know, and I read your
Yeah.
bio. So phenomenal to be a part of all this, because when you think about it, we just started out as musicians. Phil took it to the next level by becoming a filmmaker, and a very excellent filmmaker. I mean, he does things that he's worked on and taught himself, you know, in terms of recording, in terms of editing. I mean, he's an amazing editor right now, and he's done it simply through hard work and acceptance as part of a family. And the Garden State Film Festival is one of the groups that make us feel a part of something that we hadn't been a part of previously. It's like, even at this venture, at this juncture in our lives, we're experiencing new things, which, you know, I find amazing. So it's because of an organization like yours that we're able to feel that, and I'll say it again, feel that love, because we feel that, and so much for that.
Y'all gonna make me cry. No, I totally agree. I was also really happy that I got to interview you guys again, because it's that's what I love about the festival too, the networking, the connections, and then the beautiful art you get to see, and the growth. People continue to submit their work, and you could see the growth, and you just see all these amazing things. Phil, anything you want to add about Garden State Film Festival?
Well, I'm sure Diane knows, because I speak to her, you know, a lot. Garden State Film Festival is an honor to be in. It's an honor. And if you're accepted in Garden State Film Festival, it just means one thing: you're doing something right. And it's a wonderful experience to be in it. The people are fantastic, so organized, and we're just proud and humbled to be a part of it.
Thank you so much. As usual, I didn't expect any less. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. And I know we we really didn't talk about the music videos at all, but you could see them. So you guys will just have to come to Garden State Film Festival to see the music videos, because what we did talk about in this interview, I think, is super meaningful, and I loved it. So come see the music videos, Back to 1964 and Ballad of Jim Cramer. You can watch it Saturday, March 23rd at Asbury Lanes. The film block starts at 11:45 a.m. Definitely come check it out. Congratulations on yet another win at Garden State Film Festival, Best Pop Song. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me, and I hope to see you guys this year.
Thank you so much.
Be well.
Have a great night.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.